Meeting Mulan was everything.
Mulan invited us over today to talk about courage, being resourceful, and staying true to yourself. How was training to be a warrior?
I had to have a lot of courage because even I got scared sometimes. And sometimes you just make it up as you go. But don't tell Shang I said that.
Hey there, welcome to the Disney Princess Courage and Kindness Club. I'm Sage.
And I'm Elena. All week long, we'll be talking to Disney princesses and learning how they show courage and kindness.
That's right, and I'm super excited to meet the woman who put the courage in courageous.
While Mulan wasn't trained to be a warrior, but when her injured dad was called to fight in the military once again, she took his place without him knowing. How kind, courageous, and brave is that?
Extremely brave. Since women were not allowed to join the military, Mulan had to disguise herself as a man and learn to be a warrior. She ended up being the best warrior.
And the smartest, Mulan devised a plan where she stopped an invasion with an avalanche and ended up saving China. How amazing is that? The emperor even gave her a crest for her bravery.
I bet that was so cool to receive.
Yeah, Mulan proved that you don't have to listen to what people say you can and can't do.
Yeah, I love how Mulan always stayed true to herself. I wonder how she got to be so confident.
Well, we can ask her. Mulan invited us over today to talk about courage, being resourceful, and staying true to yourself.
Mulan was very resourceful. Did you see how fast she came up with that plan to have the soldiers dress up to distract the guards?
Yeah, that was so funny and clever of her.
Now let's go meet the woman who brought honor to us all.
Yeah.
Hi, Mulan.
Hi, Mulan. My name is Lena.
And my name is Sage. We are so excited to meet you.
Hi, Sage. Hi, Elena.
Mulan, you were fearless. You took a risk and stepped out of your traditional boundaries and became the best warrior.
Yeah, and you used your brains, determination, and so many different resources to get the job done. I really admire that about you.
Thank you. When I focused on my strengths and stayed true to who I was, my reflection showed someone that I could be proud of.
Sometimes it's easy to focus on your weaknesses instead of your strengths.
Exactly, and it's also important to be true to your heart. Remember how I was so nervous to meet the matchmaker? Well, it didn't feel right. But I knew taking my father's place in the Imperial Army was the right thing to do. Not just to save him, but for me to prove myself.
That was so courageous of you and so kind. How was training to be a warrior?
It took hard work, discipline, and a strong will. I had to have a lot of courage because even I got scared sometimes. And sometimes you just make it up as you go. But don't tell Shang I said that.
Did you ever miss being at home?
I did miss being home, but fighting for China was where I belonged. I proved to everyone and myself exactly what I could do.
Yeah, and you had people telling you what you should be doing and what you couldn't do. But no one really knows what someone is capable of.
That's right. We shouldn't place limits on people or on ourselves.
Have either of you ever placed limits on yourself? Have you ever thought that you couldn't do something that you really could?
Actually, yeah. I like skateboarding a lot, but it's tough, so I used to worry if I could actually do it. But my older sister teaches me everything she knows, so I keep getting better.
It sounds like you're doing great, Sage. Sometimes it takes practice and persistence. Remember when I had to retrieve the arrow during training? If I had spent my time worrying rather than believing in myself, I would have never found a way to the top of that pole.
That was incredible.
The crest was given to me by the emperor so I could show my family what I had done for him. I saved China and earned his crest because I had confidence.
My sister always reminds me to be confident.
It sounds like your sister believes in you, Sage, just like the emperor, Shang, and Mushu believe in me. The crest reminds me that I have their support, which gives me even more confidence.
You're right. It's so cool when someone believes in you, which kind of gives me an idea.
Me too. Wait, are you thinking what I'm thinking?
That we should make our own crest to give out?
Yeah!
That's a great idea. And remember, your crest can go to anyone who's shown true courage or kindness, or even someone who's given you the confidence to be your true self.
I know someone I would love to give it to.
Yeah, I can't wait.
Thank you, Mulan, for empowering me to embrace who I am.
It was an honor. I know you'll make your ancestors proud.
And maybe one day you could teach us some of your moves.
Of course. Just remember that lesson number 1 is balance. Perfect. Goodbye, Sage. Goodbye, Elena.
Bye, Mulan.
Meeting Mulan was everything.
Yeah, I felt honored to be near a legendary warrior.
We were definitely in good hands. So when Mulan started talking about giving crests to people who deserve being rewarded, I got the idea that we make our own crests.
Yeah, I was thinking the exact same thing.
Let's do it! If you're going to try this at home, you must ask a parent for help or get adult supervision. And don't forget to use safety scissors.
So, what supplies are we going to use?
We'll start with this crest cutout and then add gems and other crafting supplies to make them extra special.
Nice! It's going to look so good.
So who are you giving yours to?
My best friend Emma. And you?
My older sister, Cedar. She's the one that teaches me how to skateboard.
Aw, she deserves it.
She does. So why do you want to give your best friend a crest?
Because she always makes me feel better when I start to doubt myself. Sometimes I think that someone is smarter than me or cooler than me, and it always makes me feel sad. She always steps in and helps me and says how smart I am and how cool I am. And it doesn't matter what anyone else is doing. All that matters is that I'm being the best me that I can be.
I feel like that too sometimes. It's really great that you have a best friend that reminds you how amazing you are.
Thanks, Sage! I'm so happy that I can tell her when I don't feel my best. It helps me really understand those emotions. So that's why I'm going to use red. Red is her favorite color, so I know she'll appreciate that even more. So, what colors are you going to use for your sister?
Well, her favorite color is purple, so a purple crest is only right. She wears a lot of purple clothes too, and she even painted a wall in her room purple.
She's very dedicated.
Tell me about it. I really appreciate all the time she spends teaching me how to skateboard. She could be out with her friends or just doing her own thing, but she really supports my interest. She tells everyone at the skate park that her little sister will one day skate better than all of them.
Yeah, big sis.
She's my hero.
Making these crests are so much fun. I'm glad that we can reward the people that help us to be our truest selves.
Yeah, so how's your crest coming along?
I'm super close to finishing my dragon. I'm doing like a little ombre. And then after that, I'm gonna do some rhinestones, jewels, and sparkles.
Sounds so pretty. I just finished the dragon, and he looks very sparkly and very purple. I'm going to now work on...
Can I see?
Yeah.
Wow, yours is beautiful. I think I'm gonna do gems all around.
That's a really good idea.
If you guys can't tell, I love gems. Gems and sparkles are my favorite thing in the entire world.
I'm thinking about writing the C with this gold rope. So I'm gonna use my glue and just make a few dots around it, but not too many. Dot, dot, not a lot. Oh, that looks so good, and I added a few gems on this side too.
Okay, so I think I'm done with the front now, and now it's time to move to the back. Almost done. All I need to add is a little more sparkle.
I'm right behind you, just adding the ribbon.
All done. Wow, look at these crests.
I love it. I wonder if my sister's gonna jump up and hug me like Mulan did to the Emperor.
It's so cool that we are able to give this to someone who deserves it. But I must say, we deserve some crests ourselves for being our truest selves.
Right, like how you're honest with yourself when you sometimes don't feel like your best.
Yeah, and you had the courage to pursue a tough sport like skateboarding, knowing it's something you love to do.
Like Mulan said, there's gonna be times when we doubt ourselves. But we have to always embrace who we are and work with what we have.
Exactly. Mulan didn't think she could do it, but with a little determination and her little creative thinking, she ended up leading her fellow soldiers time and again.
Yeah.
They are going to be so surprised.
And they're gonna love it. Today was awesome.
It was. Mulan is so courageous.
Yeah, and she gives the best advice. I feel very confident.
Yeah, and strong.
Well, that's all the time we have today. How do you, Princess? I'm Sage.
And I'm Elena. Thanks so much for watching this very special episode of the Disney Courage and Kindness Club. Always remember to be your true self.